Danke. Thank you very much for to the representative of the three jurisdictions. Many things have been said, but there's a general point that I wanted to make, which is that you have extremely aggressive tax regimes that pose a really competitive disadvantage to the rest of the EU. And I have to tell you, in the light of Brexit, it is very clear that for the interest of the EU, your access to the single market should not be taken for granted. And my question is very simple. In the light of the Brexit negotiations, would you be ready to significantly change and reform your aggressive tax regimes in order to secure your access to the single market? Because otherwise, and I want to be very clear on that, many groups in this chamber will ask for very concrete restrictions and even sanctions for the access of the single market if many of the things, like for instance, if I take Gibraltar, where for instance the income obtained outside Gibraltar does not pay taxes. There are also free taxes for incomes like intermediary activities, consultancy fees, passive income. If all this continues, it is absolutely interesting of the EU of not granting free access to the single market. And this will be asked in this chamber by several groups. So my question then is, are you ready to change those regimes? And then I have a concrete question, and I will end here, Chair, for Gibraltar, on the Category 2 status for some individuals that you are granting. Because you have currently 320 individuals with that Category 2 status, meaning individuals with different citizenship becoming tax residents in Gibraltar to benefit from your generous fiscal regime for rich people. The upcoming automatic exchange of tax information, you've been talking a lot about this today, which you committed to implement as of this year, foresees automatic information for non-residents. So my question is very clear. Out of these 320 individuals, will their information be shared or not? Or will you continue to be hidden the information for the citizens that will be granted Category 2 status?
Yes, thank you very much. Briefly, on Brexit and the single market, we're working on the basis that we're not going to have access to the single market. I mentioned hard Brexit before. With regards to citizenship, let me put it like, no, sorry, not citizenship. We don't offer citizenship. Residence. The answer is as follows. If an individual is tax resident in Gibraltar as at a certain point in time, then that individual will be subject to reporting on what the individual has in Gibraltar. In other words, if I, for example, am resident in Gibraltar, which I am, then the reporting is to the income tax authorities in Gibraltar. If I, however, was resident in, say, the United Kingdom, then the reporting would be to authorities in the United Kingdom. So the straightforward answer is, yes, you are right, in so much as if individuals are legitimately resident in Gibraltar, then they would not be reported on to another country in which they were previously resident, unless the timing of the directive on automatic information and the common reporting standard caught them by that manner. Except for the United States, because in the United States we report on US persons regardless of where they're resident.
Yeah. Okay. 20 seconds.
20 seconds. That means that nationals of EU member states that have been transferred their wealth in Gibraltar and that are right now fall under Category 2 status, their income and the information will not be shared with the rest of the EU. Is that correct?
As long as the individual has actually become properly tax resident, and remember we're talking 320, sir. As long as the person has become properly tax resident in Gibraltar.
You're granting that under Category 2. You are granting this under Category 2 status.
Yes, but lots of individuals at the moment, because we are EU, so EU, EEA and Swiss nationals can automatically come and live and take up residence in Gibraltar without having to be given any particular status at all, because we are part of the freedom of movement of persons. But in general terms, the principle that you are pointing out is if somebody transfers their tax residence, truthfully, moves from, say, for the sake of argument, the United Kingdom, and moves to live in Gibraltar, will they be reported on back to the United Kingdom? The answer is no, because the reporting systems, unless you have a citizenship form of taxation like the United States does, where it doesn't matter where you live, it's all about what your nationality is. So if you don't have like the US system, then it's all about where you are truly tax resident. And that's correct, sir.